Hey everybody, welcome to Maine Wedding Buzz, and today's guest is Pamela Dube from Tapsnap, and I'm really excited about this because it's a whole new way of doing photo booths. So we'll get started with some questions. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a Maine native, born and raised, grew up in the Auburn area. Living down Portland area now, have two very handsome boys, and co-own this business with my sister.
Oh, well. And how did you get started with Tapsnap? Like, how did that, like, did you just in the morning wake up and say,
one day say, yeah, that's, no, my sister and I always kind of wanted to own a business together. So we took a business class up at the Career Center, and there was a business coach there and teaching the class. So we stopped and talked to him afterwards, and he took us under his wing and started looking at different franchises, coffee shops, yogurt, you know, a bunch of different ones. And we came across Tapsnap, and we looked it over, and it just sounded so amazing and like a lot of fun. So we kept checking out, but kept coming back to Tapsnap.
wow, what kind of events do you do with your business?
Oh God, we do a little bit of everything. We've done project graduations, we've done birthday parties, trade shows, weddings, bar mitzvahs, anything like that. Golf tournaments, car shows, grand openings, so we can pretty much do anything.
So it's really interactive.
It is.
When it's at the event, whether it's a wedding or a bar mitzvah, you can actually have the guest really enjoying this segment in between meal courses, in between dancing. You know, somebody might not want to dance, then they can come over and do Tapsnap.
Exactly,
Incredible.
exactly. And it's a great marketing tool. So that's why, you know, some of the corporate events as well as weddings.
How far do you travel?
Oh, we can go anywhere. We're the only franchisees in the state.
Oh, wow.
Our territory is York, Cumberland, Androscoggin County, but being the only ones, we just kind of go anywhere. But we have gone down to Foxwoods to do a trade show down there, so yeah.
Incredible. And I saw recently at the bridal show, it was at the Holiday Inn by the Bay, and you had a line that was, and I was in that line myself,
right.
taking several photos. But how was the response at the bridal show with all the girls that were there that had recently got engaged?
Everybody loved it. I mean, once they come up and use it and see it, a lot of people, I want one in my living room. You know, they really would love to have it for themselves. It is. It's very interactive, and it's fun, and that's what really draws people in. They know that it's something that will entertain their guests. And
how do clients find you?
They can find us on the web. We have our website, tapsnap1076.com. We're on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Wow, and do you find that Twitter and Facebook and Pinterest and all that stuff is helping you with your marketing that you do with the business? Yes,
because that's the biggest pull for us is social media, and that's also what we do with the Tapsnap. You can instantly upload to Facebook, Twitter, and email right from the kiosk.
So right at that event, it can go immediately onto your stuff.
Exactly. So you can advertise the event as it's taking place.
And that's something earlier before we were setting up and talking, you'd said that people who can't sometimes attend an event can actually see what's happening through this device because they can immediately upload them to Instagram or Facebook or any other social media, correct? Is that
correct? That's our newest endeavor. It's called Snapcast. And so if you're at a wedding or say a bar event, anywhere where you have like a big flat screen with an open browser, we develop a URL that starts for the event, and with a custom hashtag, anybody in a different city, in a different town with an open web browser can send us pictures and interact with the people at the event. Wow. So we can put the pictures right up on the kiosk, but also shoot them to the flat screen.
Wow.
So that's pretty amazing.
That's actually very good. So you actually be part of the event as well, even if you couldn't attend for whatever reason.
Exactly.
Oh, that's incredible. How long has Tapsnap been in business? You know, I know you've started, how long have you been in business, but how long has Tapsnap been?
We're coming up on a year. My sister and I purchased the franchise about a year ago. So yeah, we're pretty excited about that. But Tapsnap has been around for about 4 or 5 years now. Stemmed from DVD Now, and they developed Tapsnap. And so it's based out of Vancouver, and there are about 150 of us across North America. So we can do events all over the United States.
And what's the craziest, I always love saying this, what's the craziest thing that you've done with Tapsnap that's been one of those things that you just go, I really enjoy that, and we're going to see some things up on the screen. But maybe tell us
one of them that was really fun was the Bubblegum Kids, Bubblegum Girl event. They were
right here.
Yeah, they were. It was
Looks like they're flying.
Yeah, it was for a children's book. So a little trick photography with a green screen. They put a cover over a table, so the child laid on the table, and then with a balloon or bubblegum digital props, it makes it look like they're flying.
Oh wow!
So that was a cool one. Also, Halloween's always a fun time. Wrap the green screen around you, and it looks like a floating head.
Wow! And the background can be changed and interactive.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the Hyundai event was really cool. Hyundai did a car show out in Chicago, and they integrated the popularity of the Walking Dead series. So they had a zombie chop shop. They outfitted our kiosk completely. And here you can see they did their own digital background. We had digital props for the event.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, bloody knives, guns, chainsaws, and everybody loved it. They just really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And can the booth be customized? I know that there's some photos. Oh, here's the customized photo right here.
Yeah, this is the one of the Hyundai event. So you see the blood splatter on the front of the kiosk and also in the monitor. So you can also customize the entire kiosk, as Tim Hortons did. They've done a few Michigan football games. So yeah,
like
they did the
donut box.
Yeah, the
That's
donut box. Yeah, so you can do the entire kiosk. So it's a tremendous marketing tool as well as fun for your guests.
And I know you do bride shots as well, and so when there's a wedding, there's things that pop up as well on the screen that you can do for every event. So that's kind of cool.
Yep.
And how long do you stay at an event?
It all depends. We customize it to the event. We do require a 2-hour minimum for weekdays and 4-hour minimum on the weekends. But other than that, we can do a double day event. Sometimes you're 6 hours one day and then you come back the next day. So it's as long as we need to be.
And if you're hiring for say a wedding, do you come in during the cocktail hour and then leave after cocktail hour, or how does that work? Or do you stay for 2 hours?
Again, it's all up to what the bride and groom would like us to do, or whoever's hired us. We can come in during the cocktail hour, and it's best to really come in at the beginning and stay the whole time, because a lot of times people will be eating dinner, and they either before they get to have their dinner, or they get done early and they want to go do something. It gives them something to do.
And that's actually a good idea, because sometimes when you have the cocktail hour, sometimes weddings run late, and so this is an activity they could do while they're waiting for the bride and groom, because dinner can't start until they get back. And so if they're out with the photographer doing photos, this is a good way to keep everybody occupied during the cocktail hour instead of just drinking, which I know a lot of people love to do, but this is also nice.
And that's when the kiosk gets fun.
Exactly.
But it does make wonderful favors, beautiful 4x6 prints, and so those are great favors for your guests for weddings as well.
And how long does it take to set up this whole projection area?
Generally about a half hour, but I like to be there an hour or so prior to, just to make sure everything's just so, get it up and running, test our prints, but also sometimes you're doing decorations and so forth, so I like to give it an hour.
And what I noticed too, it doesn't take a lot of footprint. So when you're doing your event space, especially, different locations that, it's either one floor, you don't want something taking up too much. So this really is taking up an 8x10 rug, it looks like. So the space is very, very compact. So it's not taking up everything. So you don't have to designate one whole area just for this location or this event spot that you're doing within your event. Is there someone during the event that helps with this? Because I'm not tech savvy, so I don't want to mess up the computer. So do you bring people in to, do the Facebook thing, put the photos in?
Yeah, there's always an attendant. Usually there's one or two attendants, depending on the event. But what it is we bring it in, we set it up, and we encourage people to use it. All they have to do is stand back. We take their picture for them so they can pose and do whatever they like, and then they get to come up and enjoy the fun of the screen. We show them what to do, and before you know it, they're all over it, and we just stand back and laugh and watch, because it's fun.
We did some shots earlier, and it is a lot of fun, and we're going to do a test run after the last question so you can actually see how it works, and so that'll be a lot of fun, because I had a ball with it earlier this morning when we were playing with it. How can people in the social media world connect more? Do you feel that this is where our technology is going? Like, do you feel that Facebook, Instagram, and all that's where it's all at? So when you say grandma couldn't come, but somebody's at home watching or can put up the screen and see it happening, and I know we talked about it earlier, but I want to go back to that a little bit because I thought that was a great thing that I don't think anybody else has tapped into.
Right. It is. It's these days everything is about social media. It really helps extend your brand reach if you're a corporation, but also if you're having an event and you want other family members to enjoy it. That's what the Snapcast feature is about. It's so much more than just a photo booth. It's more than just this. We have the Snapcast where you can interact. Guests can be sending you pictures, tweeting about you, putting it up on their Instagram, sending us pictures, and they not only come up on the kiosk, but on the white screens throughout the venues. So it does. You feel like you're a part of the day. If your aunt, can't make it, or your grandmother, they can see what's going on or interact with you.
It's all about the hashtagging, right?
It is.
Is that what they say? So how many clients can you take on a weekend when they book Tapsnap with you?
So again, it would depend on how many hours we're booked for, but we can do 2 in a day. If we have a morning event that's not running too long, and then back again in the evening. So it's, it does. You can use it a couple of times a day. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's good to know too. So if you're somewhere and it's like a 9 to 2, that gives you time to travel to the next location.
Exactly. Yeah.
Unless you're
far away. Yeah.
You have to go. And how does this change the whole photo booth world? Because I love the fact that I'm not in, and you can see me obviously, I'm not getting into something where sometimes I'm claustrophobic.
Right.
There's a lot of space to move around. There's a lot of, how many people can you get in this shot? It looks like a lot.
Yeah, I can get, we've had, oh my God, tons, a good 20 people. It depends if you're an outdoor event or you're in a room. I can get a room full of people. If you're not using the green screen, you're not limited to that space. I can project, out,
wow.
And so you can zoom out or zoom in. So you can get several people. We did a 90th birthday party up in Lewiston last summer, and there must have been 30 people in the back lawn that we took a nice shot of.
Wow. And then they can play around with the same
Exactly. Yeah. So, it is. It's
How far in advance do we tell our clients here that are watching to book you?
Well, as popularity begins, and we start, like I said, we're coming up on our year now, so people are starting to hear about us. We're getting more popular, and so we've booked out almost a year now.
Wow.
For some weddings and that sort of thing. But you never know. Sometimes you call me up and book me next weekend. If we've got nothing going on a certain day, it can come up pretty quickly. So
just like what we do, we book a year in advance. So January, February, March, April, we are working on 2016. You're obviously doing the same thing.
Right.
So that keeps everything going. And so book early too, so that you don't miss out on Tapsnap or any other vendor that you're looking for. I tell this to everybody, and every week I say the same thing at the end. Make sure that you're looking ahead. So if you're a 2016 bride, it's never too early to book. These are the important things, because by May, pretty much everybody's rolling into their season, and so phone calls aren't getting answered as quickly as possible. They're still answered within 24 hours, but keep in mind that everybody's out doing events that have booked a year ago, so keep that in mind too.
Right.
What's your 2016 looking like?
Oh, busy, and I'm thinking there's going to be more technology coming. We're always upgrading our software, new builds all the time, so I'm excited to see what the next year brings. We're bringing in a roaming photographer now is another option that we have, and so that person will be out getting shots in the event that will come up on the kiosks as well. So that's something new. So it's always something. We're hoping maybe they'll bring back the video, that we can do short video clips. So we're excited to see what's coming for 2016.
Now, with the video clip that isn't attached to this yet, is that the same thing like a camera, and it just a little short, 2-minute?
Yeah. You hit the button and angle the camera, and then you stop it. So yeah. So now it is. We've literally taken the photo booth out of the box and reinvented it for the digital era.
So now's the fun part, is we're going to actually play.
Try it out.
And so I'm going to stand over here. Is that the thing?
Yeah,
so
you can stand right over there, and I will hit the button here. And so when you hit the button, they can see themselves on the screen. So if they're not on the screen, you're not in the picture.
I can wave.
So yeah, you can do whatever you want. When I hit the button, there'll be a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and you want to look at the camera, not at yourself on the screen.
Okay, so I'll just
do pose, whatever you want to do here. Yeah, so 3, 2, 1, smile at the camera.
There you go. That's great. Yeah. So then I'll just come up closer.
Then you come up. And when it comes up, there you go. So here you can choose a color of your pen. You can adjust the thickness
so if I wanted to write,
if you want to draw right on the screen, you can.
To double
or if you make a mistake, you whoops and you can erase.
Oh wow.
Or you just clear the whole thing.
Well, and how do I change the background?
We can do special effects. You can do black and white.
Oh wow.
It can do sepia or your color. You can also use the green screen. These are your categories. And
if I tap this, just out of
curiosity, it will change your background. That's what the green screen does for you.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So you can pick different backgrounds. Let's get you in some paradise here.
Oh my God, yeah. It is way too cold.
And then the fun part too is your digital props. So now, like you said, you want
I want to grow some hair.
If you want to grow some hair.
And then how do I make it?
You touch, and then over here, it'll make it smaller or bigger.
Oh, wow.
And you drag it over. And this one will tilt if you need to turn it at all.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Ooh, look, I'm a spy.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Over here is a whole list. I don't know if everybody can see it.
Yeah, if you want to add some animals.
Oh, I'll put this here because my daughter loves tigers.
Tiger.
So tap it once. Let me see if I'm getting this right.
You can make it bigger or smaller.
I'm like Sigmund and Roy.
Right? We have so many different selections of categories.
Sometimes I like to nip on the champagne. Tap it once. I'm really having fun with this.
There you go.
I juggle cats. I'm a bearded celebrity, I think.
And the other thing that's fun too is the speech cloud. So you can drag one in, and you can be saying something if you like. So you can advertise an event with your speech bubble if you like, or just say whatever you'd like to say.
Oh, maybe hopefully I didn't spell it wrong.
That's
good. And so just back. See, I told you I wasn't very computer ready. Nope. How do I get it back to? This is where you show me this part. Just deleting that whole.
Oh, you want to delete the whole thing?
Yeah.
And start over. There you go.
And so then this can disappear here by just tapping?
Yeah.
Done?
Done there.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And
so everything here is special effect. Now, say I wanted to take the beard off. What do I do?
Double tap.
Oh, wow. Very easy.
And you can instantly upload to Facebook, Twitter, and email. And you can also print it right out.
And how does that look when you print? I know we did one this morning so people can see the actual...
And it usually here it'll tell you, it comes right up on the screen that it's accepted it and it's printing. And it takes about 30 seconds to print out. You can also put it up on your email or Twitter or Facebook.
And what I like about this too, and I assume that you customized it, you put our logo, thank you for that, for the blue elephant over here, and then Tapsnap over here.
Yes.
But you can put any logo. You can also put, Brandon and Delilah's wedding 2014,
Exactly.
2015. What, you know.
Yep.
Apparently,
yep,
I don't know
exactly.
the year.
Yep.
But you can do anything, which I like about that. So it's really so very interesting and just so much fun. I mean, I was sitting here playing with it, and I got really excited like a little kid. And so I like that whole fact that you can play around.
Right.
So.
Right, yeah, and we can do custom borders. You can do a border around the entire thing. You can do a digital media wall for your background, like we did for Coca-Cola or grand openings and that sort of thing. And here's your picture.
So here's the finished product. I mean, I think it looks great, and it's a take home. It's a souvenir. It's a favor. You know, it's now. Does it print 2 times or once? Like if you want to do a photo album, can you do that? Do you have that technology?
Right. Yeah. For weddings, that's an option as well. When somebody comes and takes their picture, we will print one off for them, and then an extra to set aside for the bride and groom to make an album out of. So. That's another option, and a lot of times our events, there'll be 3 or 4 people in the picture, so we just hit the button and how many, and we'll print 4 or 5 of them. Which
brings me to another question I should have asked earlier, but is there a disc for the host or the company?
Correct.
That they can keep?
Whoever hires us, like you say, either bride and groom or a corporate event, we do a USB flash. Everything goes onto the flash drive right from the kiosk, and it goes to that person, so they can have all the pictures of what happened at the event.
Great. Again, I thank everybody for joining us. I, always look forward to meeting new guests and promoting their great stuff. Tapsnap is wonderful. This is just really cool. You're going to love it. You're going to be at an event on the 26th?
Yeah, February 26th. We will be at ReRaz in Portland for Down East Pride Alliance. Gay Weddings in Maine is putting on a vendor mixer. So
we'll be there.
Great for all us vendors to be there, and we're going to be the entertainment there. So
if you're out and about, come and see us. And as always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Pamela Dube, for coming in this morning and braving the weather because it's cold. There's no snow, but thank you for coming in. Yeah. Tapsnap. And on the end of the show, obviously, like every time, you'll see all the information from website to phone number will be on there. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks for having me.
That's really cute. So feel good to kick it.
Some more.